Hey, how are you? I'm doing fine, but I would be happier if you were subscribed to my channel. In today's video, I will explain I-DLE's sidetrack, Revenge. I had planned on posting a video explaining Wife, but you guys kept asking me to talk about Revenge, so here it is. A couple of things before we begin. First of all, this video will be mostly based on theories, because while the girls have explained some stuff, as well as released an explanatory video on the music video, the meaning that the song holds is directed towards I-DLE's past. Second of all, unlike Super Lady and Wife, the lyrics don't hold hidden meanings or are hard to translate. They are very self-explanatory, so I'll be giving more attention to the music video than the lyrics. The storyline can be kind of confusing, so let me start by saying that the story is being told backward. They already got their revenge, and now they're showing how and what they did to cover their tracks. Now let's start the explanation. On the last Easter night, an arson happened. Someone burned and exploded an apartment with someone inside it. Shuhua has two roles. The one who we think was caught up in the explosion is a victim of abuse. The other person whom she's representing is a detective. You can see her observing the apartment where the crime happened. She has a vision board to work on the crime. She is reenacting the victim's steps to find the culprit, etc. The MV starts with Minnie, who represents a celebrity, arriving at the apartment where she lives. Minnie was on the stairs holding a match, which Soyeon later hid on her skirt as it was evidence of what they all did. Yuqi is the victim's neighbor. She knew that her neighbor was being violent. Soyeon, as the hotel caretaker, also knew about it and knew that it was time to do something. Minnie was the one who reported the arson to the police but started being investigated as a suspect. Miyeon is Minnie's psychiatrist and she lives in the same building as well. Miyeon makes Minnie take a polygraph test to prove that she has nothing to do with the crime. The test was probably altered as Miyeon is also an accomplice. In this scene, they had just helped the victim by killing their abuser. You can see Minnie running, Yuqi running with her guitar and shocked about what just happened. Soyeon nonchalantly looking at Yuqi, Miyeon observing everything after bumping into Minnie and two shuhuas, one being her in the past reenacting the scene to find the truth, and the other one is the future her, who at the end helped the girls to cover their revenge. Here, it's Shuhua, the investigator dissecting the incident to understand what happened. She's starting to understand what happened to the girl who was caught up in the explosion and why there are so many strange things going on at the hotel. After a while, she gets it, and that's why she throws the case file away. She's sad and disappointed by it. Afterwards, we see how the revenge happened. Shuhua, who represents the victim, is getting attacked by her abuser, but now she fights back by biting him and then hitting him with what seems to be a camera tripod. However, it's not enough, and that's when Yuqi comes into the scene and hits him with her guitar, making him unconscious. The rest of the girls end him. Miyeon stabs him with a pen. Soyeon pours alcohol onto him, and finally, Minnie lights up a match and throws at him, burning him and the room, leaving no trace of their revenge behind. And that was the cause of the explosion in the apartment I-DLE showed in the video. After that, we can see them quote-unquote celebrating, and we see that the victim is right beside them, which means that the story is being told from Detective Shuhua's point of view, making us, the spectators, part of their revenge. Oh, and before I forget, there are some scenes of Shuhua as the victim in the burning room and with some bandages on. This is just a theory as it's not quite explained afterwards, but I think that in order not to make things too obvious, Shuhua burned herself, or at least pretended to, because in this way, they could cover their tracks even more. At the end of the music video, we see Shuhua as the victim, taking off the bandages of the wounds that were caused by the fire. However, there are no burn scars, no marks whatsoever, and that's why I think she burned herself or just pretended to. She did it so she could convince the police. The investigator Shuhua, moved by everything that these 5 women assembled, decided to become the last accomplice and shut the case off. If you just want an overall explanation of the song and music video, without theories or anything of the sort, it's quite simple. Revenge is about 5 women who came together to save another woman from violence, making them accomplices of this revenge. Now let's go to the fun part, and probably the reason why you clicked on this video, the theories. Everything I told you up until now is what I-DLE told us on their case file G video. Now, we are going to analyze the music video and the hidden meanings that the song and lyrics hold. First of all, the day of the incident, last Easter night. Neither I-DLE nor SOOJIN have any event that happened specifically on Easter. However, a major incident happened in March/April, which was SOOJIN entering an indefinite hiatus. After that, the only news we got from her again was her withdrawing from the group in August. While I don't like to reach for my theories to be right, the timing fits Easter perfectly, as everything happened between March 4th and April 18th. Another thing I noticed was the name of the video explaining everything, Case File G. I already talked about it before, but I-DLE has a song called Dark X File. The X represents something that shouldn't be talked about. In this case, SOOJIN. The X from X File is now revealed. It's the letter G. I also talked about it in another video, but before SOOJIN's departure, the G from I-DLE's name used to represent the number of individuals the group had, which used to be 6. I'm gonna put a part of the video where I explain it here so you guys can grasp what I mean better. The removal of the letter G from I-DLE's name could also be a reference to SOOJIN, since one of the meanings behind the group's name is a
group
group
of
of six
six different
individuals gathered
individuals.
together. Since they are no longer six, there's no need for the letter G to be there. The other thing that indicates that this song is about SOOJIN is a couple of Easter eggs on the detective's investigation board. First, they named the incident the Mumbai high-rise incident, which is a real incident in which 6 people died. Despite the girls not actually dying, it's a figurative way to say that they suffered with the victim. Another thing on the board that we can see is the birth date of the people being investigated. One of the dates that we can see is SOOJIN's birthday. Other than SOOJIN's birthday, there isn't anything linked between I-DLE and this date. Once again, and to finish everything off, I don't like to reach or be delusional, so I try to theorize things that actually make sense. I saw some people talking about the 6 fingerprints on the detective's board. However, just think it through. There were 5 people in the room killing the abuser, and the abuser himself, making it 6. Okay, let's continue. There is also a possibility that this song is a continuation of their song Villain Dies, which theoretically talks about SOOJIN. Villain Dies puts the victim, who was wronged by everyone, as the villain, but in the end, the villain wins. Transcribing it to the real thing, the victim is SOOJIN, and the hero, SOJIN. If this is true, that means that shuhua as the victim is a representation of SOOJIN, and she was able to get her revenge with the girl's help. SOOJIN recently re-debuted and is thriving as a solo artist. Interestingly enough, Easter is celebrated by Christians as a joyous holiday that represents rebirth. Another very interesting thing is the point of view in which we see the revenge happening. In the music video, we, the audience, are watching from the abuser's POV, which could be a figurative way of saying that the public was/is the abuser. When SOOJIN was first accused, the people on the internet played a major role in swaying others' opinions, which consequently led to her leaving I-DLE. At the end of the case file video, a sentence appears, "Now I can see you watching inside the cramped hole with ease." Given the fact that the whole case file video is from the investigator shuhua point of view, this means that the 5 girls probably used to observe others' rooms through the door's peephole, likely scared of the truth being disclosed. That's why there are so many scenes of the girls trying to see through the door's magic eye. Putting this line in the SOOJIN light, this could mean that now that she got her revenge, she can relax and watch people judge her through the cramped hole that is the internet. Well, that's it for today's video. I hope you guys can understand it. It was kind of hard to explain as the storyline is told backward, and the theories are somewhat vague as the song hints towards SOOJIN, but at the same time doesn't allow too much reach. Thank you for watching. Please consider liking, commenting, and sharing.